Good day. Welcome to Endurance Room. Hope everybody's doing well. The other day I posted a video on an old school Russian fitness test known as the Cooper test, utilized by the Spetsnaz to evaluate their soldiers' strength endurance. The test used 4 exercises. You do 10 repetitions of each exercise, and then the goal is to complete 4 full rounds of those exercises in 3 minutes. To reach that goal, I talked about how you could implement rest in between the exercises to help bring your heart rate back down. So rather than doing continuous work with your heart going up, up, up the whole time, you add in the rest, do some deep breathing to recover before proceeding to the next movement, the next exercise. It's a much more relaxed way of training that produces long-term sustainable results. After I posted the video, a number of you reached out and said that you wanted to work on that yourself or add in some of those ideas to your own training. It's totally awesome. That's why I posted the video. I think we all can agree right now more than ever, it's very important to be strong, healthy, capable, and self-reliant. So with that, I'd like to dive in a little bit deeper and talk about how you can adjust those body weight exercises to your current ability level so you can get the most out of your training. But before we go into the exercises, I just want to touch on a couple things. First is our idea of fitness. Thanks to things like TV, movies, magazine covers, social media, we're constantly presented with the notion that peak physical conditioning, peak athleticism is this really lean, ripped physique, washboard abs, no body fat. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors involved there. As far as, those people are concerned, they may be, good athletes or, in good shape, but that's not their peak state. They do special diets to get dehydrated. They get pumped up with exercise and dehydrated, and then they step under lights to get the shadows on their muscles. And as soon as those cameras stop rolling or they stop taking photos, they have something to drink or something to eat, and that appearance fades very quickly. Now, in line with that, I recently came across an interview with Pablo Sotsulin. He's the Russian kettlebell guy, credited with introducing the kettlebell over here in the West. He was a Russian Spetsnaz physical trainer, and he came over to the States and started teaching. He wrote a number of magazine articles, books, started 2 different organizations, the RKC and Strong First. I was an instructor with Strong First for a while. That's where I learned a lot of this stuff. But in the interview, Pavel was asked, what's the difference between a civilian athlete and a tactical athlete, a soldier? The civilian has the opportunity, the luxury of eating 5-6 meals a day, training when they want, resting when they want. And because of the rest and nutrition, they're able to have big muscles to get their strength. Whereas the soldier, the tactical athlete, doesn't get that luxury. They have to perform their job no matter what. And you take the food and the rest away, your body starts breaking itself down pretty quickly. But they still have to perform. They still have to do their job. So they're not getting their strength from the size of their muscles as much as they are their nervous system, their brain telling their body to contract. I'm saying this because we may not always have ideal circumstances, and we can still be capable, we can still be strong. So with that, let's talk a bit about how we can progress these exercises to make the most out of our training. The Cooper test utilizes 4 exercises. The first is the push-up. To progress our push-ups, if it's too difficult for you on a flat level surface, to make it easier, just simply elevate your hands. I'm outside, I've got this hill to work with. If you're in the house, a staircase is great. The back of a couch or a chair, anything that's going to get your hands up off the ground is going to help decrease the load and make it easier and more manageable for you. As your conditioning improves, work your way down to the ground. Once it gets easy for you on the ground and you want to increase the difficulty, start elevating your feet. The second exercise is the squat thrust. So in the test on level ground, if that's too difficult for you, rather than bring up both knees at the same time, try this instead. This is called a mountain climber. You can also do it one side at a time. Our third exercise is a leg raise. So laying flat on the ground, palms down, pressing into the mat. You bring your feet up 90 degrees, back down. To make it easier, just bend your knees. When I was reading about the test, I discovered that they were doing several different options for the ab exercise. They were doing the 90-degree leg raise. They were doing a full movement leg raise where the feet were coming all the way up over the head, touching the ground behind them and going back. They were also doing sit-ups, regular sit-ups, and then touching the opposite elbow to the opposite knee, contralateral movement. But personally, for my training, I've been doing hanging leg raises. To make it easier, simply do a knee raise. To make the leg raises more difficult, throw on a pair of shoes, throw on a pair of boots. The weight will add that much more resistance. Our fourth and final exercise is the squat jump. In the test, you are locking your hands behind your head, squatting down, jumping up, bringing one knee down, jumping up, switching legs. And the idea is not so much to jump high, but to extend the body all the way and not slam the knee on the ground. To train for it and make it easier, just do a bodyweight squat. If a full squat is too difficult, try box squat. You can do this in your living room. Just sit down on the couch, stand back up. Sit down on a chair, stand back up. To make your squat more difficult, add weight. I hope you guys can see that there's a ton of options available. You can change these exercises out. You can change your body position. You can add weight, whatever you need to do to make it fit you. And it doesn't take a lot of resources. It doesn't take a gym or, expensive equipment. I'm out here with the dirt and the trees and a log, and you can still get it done. Regardless of your circumstances or your resources, if you want to be strong, you can be strong. If you got any questions, just let me know down below. I'm happy to help. Talk to you soon. Cheers, everybody.